guys. I am going to be telling you guys the story of this little one here. You can see this is a 1 week old black lab puppy. It's just opening its eyes. And this has got to be one of the saddest stories I've ever heard. So here it is. So this past Monday, May 3rd, the Kenai Police Department was called because somebody reported a male black lab, Labrador Retriever, on the beach in Kenai carrying around a puppy, seeming to be looking for something. And when the people who reported it tried to catch the dog, it ran away and they couldn't find it. So the next day, the dog was seen again in the morning, and then later on, when the police went back, they found just that puppy sitting on the beach, just alone. Apparently had been there either overnight or from early morning on. And it ultimately ended up, my wife does, she not professionally, just as her thing, she rescues animals from abusive situations or ones that are injured or need help, and then she finds homes for them. And so they contacted her, she was contacted, she got the puppy, brought it home, and we've been bottle feeding it ever since. But the rest of them, the truly sad part, that's actually the good news section of the story, is they went the next day. See, it was Monday when they first reported this one. I'm looking at my timeline here. So Thursday, like 4 days later, lots of people were out looking because they knew where there's one puppy, there's usually more, looking for that male, looking for the male dog that was first seen with the puppy. And they found underneath an abandoned shed, I believe it was, they found them. They found the nest. And the male was there, the mother was there, and 10 more puppies were there. And the male was very guarded, was guarding them. They actually had to subdue him and whatever. The female was extremely weak. All of them were starved. The female died right after they found her. They got the people in. Of the 10 puppies that were found, 6 of them were already dead. They assuming malnutrition. There were 4 puppies alive, 1 male that was actually quite healthy, and 3 others that the vet says we haven't heard an update on it, but they said they were so far gone it's highly unlikely that they're going to survive. So in all likelihood, only 2 of these puppies and the father survived this incident, and it was just truly tragic. And so we've been taking care of this puppy, bottle feeding it. It just opened its eyes recently. Now she's actually being a lot. When we first got her, she was extremely weak and not very active, and we didn't have a lot of hope. Our hope's improving now. I mean, she's a lot. She's doing a whole lot better, and apparently the male is doing. He was the strongest of all of them, and he's doing really, really well too. The male puppy. He's actually like twice her body weight now, which is interesting. But what I think's the real tragedy about this is and they're investigating it, which is not, I'm glad to see this, because these apparently were at one point in time somebody's pet dogs, and they were probably abandoned. I guess it's the location or whatever where people dump animals, to let them fend for themselves or hope that somebody else will take them. And I hope they catch these people. My gut instinct is I want to beat them to death with a baseball bat. Anybody that would do this to these very, very sweet animals. I mean, it's just tragic. We don't know what's going to happen with the father. He's at the pound. Unfortunately, there's so many unwanted animals in this community that, despite being a real hero, I mean, without his looking for a new home or looking for something with these puppies, we would have never found the puppy. They would have never found they would have never been found. He ultimately saved at least 2 of his offspring by his behaviors, and we're gonna follow up and see what happened to him. We're hoping that he'll find a home, because it would be adding more tragedy to the story if he ultimately had to be put to sleep because nobody wanted him. This is one of they call it the shelters that they keep them for however long they cycle through them simply because they don't have the resources to keep them for extended periods of time. So anyway, I wanted to share this Mother's Day story. I guess I don't know. It was it's pretty interesting, and I'll maybe in a couple weeks make a follow-up video about how this one's doing, if there's any new information. So, okay, guys, take care.
The saddest story ever told.